everyone, I'm Matt.
I'm Desiree.
And we're bringing you this week's Rising Tide West Coast Swing Guide.
This week on the guide, we are finishing up our finger spin series with our final installment, How to Cleanly Exit Finger Spins.
So, we're going to talk about our leaders part first. Now, typically leaders, I don't actually lead the exit. Typically, I let my follower just go until they want to stop finger spinning. However, I will break down how to do it if you ultimately want to stop the finger spin. Key points here, leaders, are that whenever I'm exiting the spin, I want to ultimately bring my arm down, but I want to think of it kind of like the exit ramp of a highway, how it sort of winds down so that you can control and decelerate gradually. If I just bring the arm straight down, because my follower's moving rotationally, that feels really abrupt. So I bring the arm down slowly and rotationally. I can either finish with the arm down or take it up overhead for a little bit more of a phrase change or a pose line. So what those both look like. Stopping with the arm down and trying it with the arm up. Ta-da. Either way, from here, I'm then going to slide down my follower's arm as I slide away and collect my feet. I like to generally move away from my follower because they've just done a whole bunch of spins and I don't want to make them also back up after that.
Followers, if you're being led out of a finger spin from your leader, just wait to be connected to in that moment so that you can be focusing on your balance and stability and telling your leader, I've landed here. Since you have set me here on one foot, it is now your job to pick back up with the linear connection. So how do we get out of finger spins if we're the ones stopping the movement? Well, ideally, we're going to add a little bit of musicality to this and think about ending our finger spins on the 8 or the 1 of the music. Big major points if we hit on a phrase change, if our leader sets us up for that. So keep an eye out for that musical moment and feel free to stop then for a bigger payout. When we end a finger spin, what we're going to be thinking about is, first, we're in the middle of the spin, kind of spotting or directing our eyes towards our leader. We're going to want to, in the spin or two, before we actually make the stop, figuring out where our leader is in relationship to us and prioritizing that relationship before or ahead of any styling at that point. We're then going to want to, because our leader's arm will be up already, look at this side of body and connect with some area below the chest and above the hip on that side of body. Doesn't really matter where, you might go a little higher or lower at some point. The big key here is to connect with the largest part of our hand as softly as possible, not the L of the thumb or fingertip. This feels very pokey to the leader. It feels uncomfortable, it can actually be painful. Even if we come down with a pretty concrete hit with the pad of hand, here it's going to feel more comfortable. It'll have a tiny bit of stability there for our leader. So what this looks like is we're spinning, we're finding our leader, and we're connecting here and signaling the stop for ourselves. A final note, if we want to style out of that movement, say we're going to hit the phrase change and go from this spinning movement to another continuous movement, we want to signal that to our leader, then make sure we step out or land disconnected for a bit of a moment to style. If we want to style but we end up out here, when we're spinning, we stop here. The leader will take that as an invitation to go ahead and keep going, and we might miss that moment. So followers, it's up to us if we want to style out of the finger spin to create a little bit less distance between us, not to anchor back and to signal the leader before we play with the crowd.
That was your guide. Thank you everyone for tuning in. You can check us out online at mattdaviswing.com. We're also on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter as Rising Tide Swing Dance Studio.
Happy holidays!